Hello, welcome back to another video. Today's video we are training arms, building those guns, as they say. So the idea of this is dumbbell only arm workouts, because again, a lot of you are still at home and train at home and only have dumbbells. If your dumbbell isn't heavy enough, again, adding resistance bands to some aspect of this training will help make this workout even more effective. Don't forget, if you enjoy the video, make sure you leave a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, because obviously you know you want to. Okay, so standard bicep curl with a brutal twist. So how I like to perform bicep curls, if you notice, I never go all the way down. I keep that tension on my biceps, so do not overextend at the bottom, don't lock out. Here, what I like to do is squeeze the handle of the dumbbell, curl up, stop just about here. You don't need to come all the way here, you don't need to. Just about here, squeeze the dumbbell as hard as you can. Slowly down, nice and slow down. When you perform as many reps as you can, ideally about 10, put it down, count 5 seconds, hence why I like to use my fingers if you can't count in your head. Pick the dumbbell up again and try and get it a few more reps in. Okay, so again, remember, squeeze the handle as hard as you can, curl up, nice and slowly down. Pay attention to the tempo, which I'll write in the video. Okay, so usually you probably get about 3 reps, put it down, and then do the same thing again. 5 seconds, pick it back up, curl it up. One trick I like to do when doing bicep curls, up, a slight twist. I like to call it the pinky twist. Okay, so up here, twist, because that gives extra tension on my bicep. So let me stand here because Sam has gone to the wrong position. Okay, so up here, twist, just get a bit more contraction on my bicep. I'm using 22.5 kilos, so this workout is horrible. Dumbbell tricep push-ups. Now, if you've watched my videos before, you see I've done a deficit push-up, but we're actually not going into a deficit. So a narrow grip means you're focusing more on your triceps rather than your chest. Come all the way down, nice and slow. Stop by the dumbbell and drive up. I want you to focus on driving up with your tricep. Push, drive up. Don't focus on using your chest, just focus on driving up your triceps. A trick I like to do is, with the handle, push down. Push the handle down to the floor and then bring yourself back up. So if you keep that tension on your tricep, push the handle down, drive up. Notice at the top, this is still tensed at the top of the movement. So once you get to the top, squeeze your triceps as hard as you can. Like I say, what do I always say? Like it owes you money. every single rep. Nice and slow down. Drive up, squeeze, keep squeezing all the way down, and up. Okay, with the hammer curls, this is absolutely awful. So starting, as you can see in the video, 90-degree angle. And then what you want to do is keep the tension on one of them whilst you extend the other arm down. Nice and slow tempo as well. And then you come back up. This makes this exercise hard because you can imagine the bicep that's resting is still under tension, as opposed to when you have both of them down and then you alternate. So that's the goal of this, is to just have constant tension on both of these, of your biceps as you perform the exercise, which means this is going to be even harder. And now when you add the tempo, this, trust me, it doesn't matter what size your dumbbell is, this will hurt. What you can do with this is, if you feel like your dumbbells are too light, you're doing 15 reps, for example, take the tempo up. So rather than 3-4 seconds, maybe make it 6 seconds on the eccentric. And what you can also do is slow down the concentric. So you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that will make this even harder. Remember, this is still under tension. So when you're doing the same thing here, by the time you come to that arm, this is going to be so exhausted that you'll probably only be able to do 10 anyway. So things like that are nice ways to help you with this exercise. Another trick with hammer curls I like to do, remember when I said squeeze the handle? I really mean it. So when you come up here, squeeze the handle as hard as you can, because that creates tension throughout your arms. Keep squeezing, all the way down, bring it up. Keep squeezing, keep that tension. Overhead extensions, make sure you get into a nice comfortable position. Chest up, shoulders back. So try not to slouch. And then nice and slowly down. Extend at the elbow and come up. If you notice, I don't go all the way up. I don't overextend at the top. Keep that tension in your triceps, nice and slowly down. You don't have a heavy enough dumbbell to do the extension with 2 hands, you can do single arm extensions if you prefer. When you're going down nice and slowly, squeeze this before you extend up. Use your triceps. Don't try and just use your forearms to bring that dumbbell up. Focus on the muscle you're working. When you're up here nice and slowly, squeeze your triceps as hard as you can. Come up, keep squeezing, keep that tension all the way. Okay, bent over bicep curl is a staple I've used when I was predominantly doing bodybuilding, and it's an awesome exercise. I stole this from when I watched Arnold, or Arnie, however way you call him. I saw a video of him doing them and I absolutely love them. It's to train the peak of your bicep. It's pretty straightforward. Bent over, make sure, just because you're doing this, you keep a nice form. This, not here. Bent over, hinge at the hip, knees bent when you perform the exercise. Go. Form over everything. Bent over, and then what you're going to do is, again, squeezing onto the handle of the dumbbell, hard as you can, create tension, up. Remember when I talked about the pinky curl, the pinky twist? Do the same thing with this. Arms nice and flat on the floor. And what you're going to do is a nice plank position. Remember that. Engage your glutes and shift up. Then what you want to do is nice and slowly down. This is where you're actually working your tricep on the eccentric. Now, if you struggle with going up at the same time, what you could do is come up one at a time and focus on a nice and slow eccentric. Okay, so up, and because this is where we're really working the tricep. Okay, so with the dumbbell curls on the wall, now again, I've purposely left this to the end because your biceps by now should be crying and telling you to stop. So we are just finishing them off with this exercise. The beauty about using the wall, similar to the bent over, is you cannot cheat this one. You can't swing too much. The wall will stop you from doing that. Keep your arms firmly on that wall. Do not move it out from that wall. Keep it on the wall throughout. So if you're moving it off that wall, it means that you're trying to swing that dumbbell up. So that will give you a nice little pointer to know that you are overextending with the dumbbell. So, nice and controlled down, all the way up. You can twist, pinky go if you want to, if you remember that. This is a lot harder than you think, so make sure when you're performing this, you don't ego lift. That's the point of this. So if you feel that after maybe 5-6 reps, your arm's starting to come off, or you're just doing half reps here, stop, put the dumbbell down. Your arms are tired, that's normal. We're just doing this to finish them off. So pay attention to that. So narrow grip presses. This is for your triceps. I've purposely left this till the end because your triceps are already probably dying at this point. Now, if your triceps is fatigued slightly, you will be working them even more. So make sure we have our elbows close to our body. So when you're bringing the dumbbell down, your elbows should almost feel like it's stuck to the side of you. Don't take your elbows out because then you start using too much of your chest. Legs down, not here, but here. We're taking our legs out of the equation on this, so you can't drive with your legs. So we're controlling the concentric as well, which means your triceps will be doing so much work. 1, 2. Nice and slow down. Just kiss the floor with your triceps and drive up. Touch. So this way, if you've always done narrow presses and thought, I don't really feel my triceps, try it this way. I guarantee you will. Now, and if your dumbbells feel that they are too light, there's 2 options, as I always say. Slow down the eccentric and concentric even more, or you can do narrow grip banded presses, which will make this just as hard, probably even harder. So these are ways you can progress this exercise. And we're done. That's a workout. So every single one of these exercises I've structured with the mindset of intensity as well as progressive overload. It doesn't matter if you have 10 kilos or 20 kilos, you can always add progressive overload into your training if you are smart with how you train. This is why I do a lot of tempo work and a lot of things like drop sets and supersets. So just pay attention to that whenever you are training and doing your own exercises and workouts. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy this one. And as always, if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I'll be able to answer them. Don't forget to like, because that helps me out massively. And I appreciate every single one of you for doing this. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace out.